Okay, so this is one of at least two genius songs by Al Stewart, the other one being Year of the Cat from 1976, which I did a reaction to several months back. This is Time Passages. It's equal to Year of the Cat in quality. This song really lets a person know what the human mind is capable of concerning art as related to music. It is that good, it is that kind of quality. There's just so much to talk about on this song. The lyrics, the sound, the saxophone, the electric piano, the guitar, the drum work, everything. It's just a full complement. Of course, it was produced by the genius himself, Alan Parsons. The lyrics were written by Al Stewart and Peter White, his guitarist, mostly by Al, who did mostly the lyrics and the melody, and then Peter White did most of the instrumentation with some help from Alan Parsons and guidance from him as well. And that's one reason why this is so great. Three great gentlemen of music putting a song together. There's just so many things to love about this song. I'll talk about the instrumentation maybe during the song and after the song. But one thing I really want to get into is just simply the lyrics themselves. These epitomize what Al Stewart does with his lyrics. He uses English in a way that a lot of lyricists don't. He uses different phrases for things. He comes up with images that other people don't come up with. He's often a little bit cryptic or mysterious about what he's saying. I think one person said of Year of the Cat, what's it about? It's about a mysterious woman. I love that. And this is about time, mysterious time. It's a reverie. It's a remembrance of things past, à la recherche de temps perdu. And so it goes into what is time. And when you get locked into that moment of going into those halcyon days, so to speak, of times past, and you're locked in that moment and you don't want to come out of that moment. And the way Al works this in his writing is he gives us great sort of metaphors to pull us into it. He says, the sky turned to snow, all around the day was going down slow, night like a river beginning to flow, drifting into time. I felt the beat of my mind go drifting into time passages. Years go falling in the fading light, and then we get into those time passages. And then he has one wonderful cryptic phrase in this that I've been trying to figure out for years. This song came out in 1978 when I was 18 years old. I loved it then. I was introduced to Al Stewart by a friend a couple of years previous around the time of Year of the Cat. But what the cryptic phrase on this, I think, is buy me a ticket on the last train home tonight. He says that several times in the song while he's drifting into time passages. He's telling somebody, or he's going to do it himself, buy me a ticket on the last train home tonight. What the hell does he mean by that? I don't know. My theory is a clue in this is last train. He's the train being a return to reality, a return to maybe the humdrum of being home, of living in the present. It's not in the passage of time. That's not where I'm going to stay. So buy me a ticket on the last train. I want to stay in this reverie for as long as I can. And okay, if I've got to go back to the present day reality, I'll take the last train home. Give me a ticket for the last train. That's the way I see it. I'll be very curious to hear what y'all say about that phrase. But again, I love the crypticism of it. We get, as I just did, we get to apply our own meaning to it. And I love also the double entendre of the title on this song, whether Al meant it or not. I imagine he probably did. Time Passages. It's about time passages. It's about the passage of time way back. But it's also about the passages of this song talking about time passages. This great double entendre. So anyway, yeah. And so of course you got the electric piano, the saxophone comes in strong later on. I'll talk about that afterwards, what I think it might mean. And then the drum work and the guitar. This is just simply an Alan Parsons project is what it is. Just simply wonderful. And I love Al's voice. There's just something sort of Scottish mellifluous about it. And so let's just jump into this 6-minute masterpiece, folks, shall we? Starting out with the electric piano. Almost sounds like an organ, doesn't it? Sax comes in low first. I mean, doesn't that seem like a dream?
It was late in December, the sky turned to snow. All around the day was going down slow. Night like a river beginning to flow. I felt the beat of my mind go drifting into time passages.
Love how he does his voice. Time?
Yes, go falling in the fading light. Time passages.
Just say real quick, I love his diction. Time passes, fading light. Everything, and the way he accentuates his voice, to accentuate that word, to accentuate the time travel, just exquisite.
Buy me a ticket on the last train home tonight.
Ticket. I love it. How easy and mellifluous it is. Sax. It's just a dream.
Well, I'm not the kind to live in the past. The years run too short and the days too fast. The things you lean on are things that don't last. Well, it's just now and then my line gets cast into these time passages. There's something back there that you left behind. Oh, time passages.
Wow.
Buy me a ticket on the last train home tonight.
Isn't this just lovely? I mean, you're just, boy, you are cruising back into your mindscape, into the time landscape, aren't you? With Al here, goodness gracious. And the instrumentation on this, the complexity and yet simplicity of it is just wonderful.
Hear the echoes and feel yourself starting to time.
That guitar.
Don't know why you should feel that there's something to learn. It's just a game that you play.
Here we go. Violins. I just want to say real quick, I mean, that took me places, but it's so strong and forceful, that sax coming in high and staying energetic. Where did his mind go? and Peter White, who came up with a lot of that, and Alan. Where it's almost like this real powerful journey into the time passages, where it started out mellifluous and melodic, and then it just jumps full force into the power of the dreamscape. It's just really phenomenal. I love that.
Well, picture is changing now, you're part of a crowd. They're laughing at something and the music's loud. A girl comes towards you, you once used to know. You reach out your hand, but you're all alone in those time passages. I know you're in there, you're just out of sight. Oh, time passages. Buy me a ticket on the last train home tonight.
I mean, how was that for you? How was that journey? Goodness gracious, man, that took me places. God. I mean, it's really like that song forces you, you know what I mean? Forces you into that dreamscape. I mean, it's just like throws you back in time. Seriously. It's just crazy how that works. I mean, it's got, and it brings in everything. It's got the full complement. It's got an orchestral feel to it without being sort of a staid orchestra, and it's bringing in the piano plays a big part. You got the tambourine going on. You got a brush on the drum going on. Got the violins coming in hot and heavy and then staying with it. That's sort of a throwback to You're the Cat. I mean, you know, where there's that wonderful segment that I'd never heard before, where it starts out with the violins, goes to the acoustic guitar, goes to the electric guitar, goes into the saxophone, and then the violins stay in throughout it, keeping the orchestral element. And this one has a lot of that as well. And his voice and his diction add so much to it. It's like a juxtaposition to the dreaminess of the lyrics and the sound. You've got his perfect enunciation of the words. And I'm not sure why that works so well. It's like, I guess it gives you, you've got to have your hand held a little bit by something in this while you're on the dream journey, you know, the time passage journey. And his diction does that, along with the extraordinary instrumentation on this song. It's just simply wonderful. I mean, just everything about this. This is truly one of those where you just have to say it's a work of genius. And hats off to Peter White, Phil Kinsey on the sax, Alan Parsons, and of course Al Stewart. It's just exquisite. This whole thing, the meaning of it, even the almost sort of cryptic, properly so, meaning of what is a time passage. So it's just wonderful. And I look forward to y'all's comments on it. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye now.